So Peng Wan-ru was a pretty prominent activist in the women's rights movement at the time of her death, and her murder also sparked more interest in this movement and concerns about violence against women. Could you tell us more about the reaction to her murder at the time within the DPP and also with the public?
Okay. Back then, Peng Wan-ru was the first director of Department of Women's Development of DPP, or Democratic Progressive Party. And before she worked at DPP, she also worked for several prominent feminist organizations in Taiwan. She entered and she joined DPP to work for DPP because she wanted to bring the movement, feminist movement, into politics. By the time she was murdered, back then she was putting lots of energy in promoting gender quota of 1/4 inside DPP. And before until the day she was murdered, she still tried to convince all our representative and also all the political actors inside our party. She left the hotel very late, like maybe 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 in the evening, or more, even later. So, and she entered this taxi, and then she was murdered that night. And the next day, December 1st, 1996, that was the National Congress of DPP. And that was supposed to be the day that all our party representatives to vote for this proposal. But they waited on site for Peng Wan-ru until maybe like 10 o'clock. But she was not there, and they have been searching for, I think, 2 days, and at the end her body was found in suburb area of Kaohsiung County back then. And she was murdered, and she was raped, and she was like stabbed like maybe more than 30 times. So that was a shock, totally shock for Taiwanese society.
Could you tell me more about the legal changes that happened after Peng Wan-ru's murder and also the societal changes?
I think December 21st, the same year, there was a huge march, huge demonstration, organizing a lot of people, all the political actors in different parties and all the feminist activists. And that was a huge demonstration in Taipei. So afterwards, Taiwanese Parliament, we passed several very milestone bills for women's protection, like code, I think how we call that? Code for prevention for domestic violence, and also code for prevention of sexual assaults. Peng Wan-ru was murdered 29 years ago. Of course, we had some improvement in social awareness of victims of domestic violence and also victims of sexual assault. You can see the Me Too movement back in 2023 in Taiwan. After Peng Wan-ru's death, I think people got to understand that sexual assault was really, really an issue in Taiwan. And our government started to put some resources and pass some legislation to implement this system to protect our victims. The policemen, our prosecutor, and social workers, the people, the professional who receive victims on the front line, they have more training to deal with the trauma of the victims and also in the way they communicate with the victims. I think something very important. Now our system is much friendly compared to the one we had in 30 years ago. So but we still have a lot of improvement to do, but still we need to give the government credit for that.